Are y'all Jehovah's Witnesses? Hi. Hi. Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm Tolu.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How did you recognize us? With our card?
With the card, yeah. Hi. How are y'all?
Have you studied or something?
I see y'all here, and I talk to y'all sometimes, but
Nice.
yeah. Yeah. So, how do y'all feel about education, higher education? Y'all come here a lot, so how do y'all feel about the kids here going to school?
You know what? Education is necessary, and it's a personal choice as to whether we choose or they choose to seek higher education. Tolu's a nurse, so
Nice. Very good.
I went to school, but I didn't finish. My husband graduated here at Tech. He's one of Jehovah's Witnesses. He did landscape architecture. So
that's really good. Yeah, because I've heard a lot about how that Jehovah's Witnesses discourage higher education, and I actually talked to one Jehovah's Witness the other day here who said they frowned upon 4 more years of education, and so I was like kind of sad, like, well, why are y'all trying to convert the college kids here who have big probably big potential?
Yeah.
So I just wanted
to. Of course, our main focus is the preaching of the good news, and so depending on we have several of our members here that are engineers, and so it's a personal choice whether they choose a 2-year course, a 4-year course, or longer. We have some here that are in the doctorate program, and so it's a personal choice. But for many of us, we try to put our focus on the preaching of the good news, and so if we could do something that's 2 years, that would help to support ourselves. That's that would be my first choice. I have a 20-year-old, and I'm not going to.
Wow, you look really young for a 20-year-old.
And so we are encouraging him to try to figure out what he wants to do, and we will help support him in his choice for education. But of course, we want his first priority to be what we do with our preaching work and our religion. And so I know we've gotten that reputation from being ones that probably discourage, and maybe some of our views have changed over time because we realize it's necessary to be educated in certain aspects. But whatever we do, we would like for it also to be something we can use on into the future.
Yeah. Could I ask a quick question about so I talked to a Mormon the other day, and so I was wondering, like, how would I know who has the right religion? Like,
What does the Bible say?
Well,
all our information is based on what the Bible says. So if you were to ask us a question about what's up here on Christmas or whatever, well, we'll go to the Bible and
the Bible says not to celebrate Christmas?
Well, no, I'm just giving you an example of like what the topic would be. We will go. What does the Bible have to say about the topic? And then that's what we go by.
And y'all don't celebrate Christmas, right? So does the Bible?
Does the Bible say to celebrate Christmas? That's the important.
But it also, doesn't say to stand up with carts handing out magazines.
It says to preach
the good news.
And Jesus did that in many different ways. And so as times change, we change our methods. And so the important thing, though, is that we're doing that preaching work. It doesn't say only to go from door to door. It doesn't say only to do certain things. But if you think about what Jesus did, he went to marketplaces. He went from door to door. He went to the synagogue. So he did different methods, and so we do the same thing to reach as many people as possible. That's our goal, is to be able to reach as many people that are searching as possible.
Okay. And it ultimately, it belongs to the person. The person has a personal. We all have free will. We'll tell you what we found in our study of the Bible, and it's ultimately your decision what you do with that information. Nobody's gonna force you like, oh, you have to become.
So Jehovah's Witness kids aren't like made to stay in the religion. Y'all don't like shun them.
No, that's why usually when they're older, they can make that decision themselves.
I was baptized as one of Jehovah's Witnesses when I was the day before I turned 17.
Oh, wow.
And so, that was my choice. My mother had raised me as a witness since I was about 4. But I didn't make that choice until I was about 17. That's what I wanted to do.
So, what if you had been raised as a Mormon, that you would be like feeling the way you do now, like you had the truth?
Everybody that's in their own religion feels like they have the
truth.
Or they wouldn't be there. And they would not be there.
Right.
And so, For ones that are searching, though, that's a good thing is that you look at what the Bible teaches, and that's what we do. We stick strictly to Bible teachings. We don't stray. We don't bring in traditions of men. We go straight to the Bible, and then we find a Bible principle.
But I have just one more quick question. So you said you stick strictly to what the Bible teaches?
Yes.
So does the Bible teach to shun people who disassociate themselves?
Well, it doesn't. That's a good question.
Yeah.
In the Bible, there's examples of ones that were not living up to Christian standards, and they were.
But what about people who just decide they don't agree with the teachings of the Watchtower?
Yeah, that's fine. That's their choice.
Then why do they shun? Why do you shun former members?
Like ones that have, if they are considered ones that are, they have known what we teach, but then they start
to exercise their free will.
Right. They're still able to exercise their free will, but many of them, it's not just a matter of exercising their free will. They're trying to take others with them. And so, of course, anybody has the free will to listen to whatever's being taught, but the Bible also warns against ones that would come in with twisted teachings and maybe teachings that are not Bible teachings. Whether they're an ex-member or someone else, we have to be careful what we allow ourselves to be exposed to.
But have you ever really thought about what it is that they don't want you to know from these former members? Like why if somebody chooses to leave that religion, I wonder why. You know, what's wrong? Let me try to help you. And then they tell them, and then I'm like, wow, you're right. Yeah. And they're facts. They're not. Yeah. It's not like a. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't.
Most often when we talk to ones like that, and I'll tell you, most people don't leave our religion based on. Well, I mean, some do based on they don't agree with our teachings, but many it's other reasons. But still, we do try to help them. We try to reason with them from the scriptures. And it's not a case of, you know what, this one member, all of a sudden we realize, oh, he's got a teaching all of us have not ever realized. It's sometimes he's been influenced by something else that's maybe changed their ideas, but it's not in accordance with Bible
If you feel like your faith was strong enough, wouldn't you not be afraid to talk to them?
We are not afraid to talk to them in the efforts of trying to help them, but at some point that becomes futile. They're going to believe what they believe, and we're going to stick to our beliefs, so then what's the point of arguing with someone? We're not going to do that.
Like, our purpose is not to argue with people.
Right,
if they choose that's what they're going to believe, then fine, that's what you believe in. I'm going to stick to what I believe in. And you know how sometimes, people with different personalities don't always...
Maybe I can share a scripture with you about this issue. This is about someone that chose a lifestyle not approved by the Bible.
Okay.
And that it was someone that was serving God.
Is it in Corinthians?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't say anything about exercising free will to change their beliefs.
No, but what he says here, I am writing you to stop keeping company with anyone who's called a brother, who is sexually immoral, or a greedy person, or an idolater, or a reviler, or a drunkard, or even extortioner, not even eating with such a man. So the principle is that if someone chooses a lifestyle contrary to what the Bible is after they've come to an accurate knowledge of truth, we would not associate with that person.
So do you think I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep talking over you.
You know, that's okay.
Okay, yeah, I can understand false prophets. Jehovah's Witnesses have made several false prophets. I'm none of those things. I've never done anything like that.
Never.
I decided I didn't want to be Jehovah's Witness, and now I'm shunned. And then and y'all are telling me I have a bad lifestyle and I'm teaching bad things?
No, I didn't say that. I don't know you.
I have no idea
Okay,
who you
well, you're
are.
saying them, and them is me. So
Well, I'm just saying that this is what the Bible says.
yeah, and it doesn't say anything about disassociation. I mean, I understand if you think, okay, this person's been crazy and just like trying to get everybody to go to these orgies or I don't know, whatever it is that y'all think is so bad for the congregation. And where was I going with this?
So you disassociated yourself?
Yeah, because I decided, wow, those Caleb and Sophia videos are really extreme. This is an extremist religion. I understand the ban in Russia now. And
Oh wow.
yeah, like
What made you think it's an extreme way? Is there a specific example?
oh, there's many. There's the blood doctrine. Okay, that's the eating. That's eating. It's eating. It's
But
not
if
transfusion.
someone is
Alcohol?
if someone's unable to eat, how would they feed them? By their veins, intravenous.
No, yeah,
Yeah. So
but
then that's the same
In the
method
hospital,
they're putting
no.
blood
See,
in.
that's your own interpretation. That's your putting words
That's
into the
fact.
Bible.
No, that's fact. When the Bible says not to eat, do you honestly think it just means eating by the mouth? When you can, you know the
Back then they didn't
illustration,
they didn't even have that.
Well, today, but things have changed. Many things
Yeah,
have happened today that they didn't
exactly,
have.
so that should
then
change.
You have to reason. So this is what God has said, starting with Noah's time. Many times in the scriptures, He forbid the eating of blood. So then, just because it said eating back way 2,000, 4,000 years ago, do we now say, well, just because you're not putting it in your mouth, because man has advanced and they figured how to feed someone intravenously, now you could say that that doesn't apply to intravenous.
They're not getting fed. It's to save a life, and I thought I thought y'all believed in the sanctity of life.
That's why we go to the hospital. That's
But
why we go to
then
the
you'll
doctors.
still
That's
so
why
many people have died. That a poor lady who was pregnant, she died and her baby died. What if that baby didn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness? That baby didn't want, you know, it's just
You can't just attack the witnesses for that, because you can apply that to any case. What about the
But it's not about it's not about all of them. It's
think
about the
about it,
doctrine
even
of the watchtower. We're not talking about
from a
them.
scientific point
Really,
of view.
you're not searching for the truth, right?
No, I know the truth. The truth is that the watch.
That's
You know,
Well, I just think that it's really sad that y'all are here trying to destroy other
But
people's
what are
lives.
you doing to help people? I mean,
A
really,
lot.
when
I'm
you think
researching
about
cancer. I'm here going to
whenever-
school late. I'm in my 30s because of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'm researching cancer. I donate to so many things every month, which I didn't do as a Jehovah's Witness because we're not allowed to. I do a lot of good things. I think it's offensive that you would say, "What are you doing?" Well, I'm not indoctrinating people.
But
And
when you attack us, and I'm sorry, because this is something that we're trying to do to help people's everlasting life, not just their temporary
why
life, but their
why don't you
everlasting
care
life.
about your current life? Like, enjoy this life. We have a life. You have loved ones. You probably shun a lot of
can I
people.
ask what your point in talking to us is
It's
today?
to help to plant the seed.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not interested.
You're not interested in the truth. No,
You're happy?
Yeah.
I am. I love the activism. We're actually getting together at Warwick to help their neighbors to know what's moving next to them. And please look up the Australian Royal Commission in Australia, the child abuse cases. So, yeah.
Thank you, though.
So yeah, keep turning a blind eye to child abuse, and the ban will come here to America too.
And
So.
we have to really look at God, and if
Yeah.
this is prophecy,
Because it's
prophecy.
extremist.
And if we are, then God will take care of it. He will
Exactly.
take care of it, and I have full confidence in that. If we are false prophets and doing, He will take care of us, and I'm fully okay with that. So
It was
thank
nice
you
talking
so
to
much.
y'all.
All right, bye-bye.
So this confrontation was a lot more heated than any of the other ones I've had, and it's ironic because I fully intended on this one being my nicest, and it got out of hand quickly because their lies just really set me off, and I actually recorded this video just minutes after I had already recorded the previous video that I uploaded. So, you know, it was a total of 5 JWs that I talked to within 30 minutes, and I was already, you know, at my peak for dealing with them for the day. And I'm not sure how I feel about how the video went, but I am glad that I got footage of the lies, and that way, you know, I can expose them. And I just want to point out a couple of key points that prove that they are an extremist religion. I think the biggest one is that the lady at the end, she said, you know, if we are false prophets, God will take care of us, and I'm fully okay with that. That's kind of, that's pretty extreme, I think. And when I mentioned planting the seed, that really shut them down. That made them completely okay. I'm surprised that once they realized I was an apostate, that they didn't walk away right then and there. But and another part is I accidentally covered the microphone on some of it. Sorry about that. But the part that you missed is that I mentioned that Jehovah's Witnesses are false prophets. That's when I mentioned the false prophets. And I don't think they liked that too much, but apparently they're okay with it. So, you know, the blood doctrine thing is pretty frustrating to talk to with them because they're so adamant about, you know, the intravenous feeding, and it's like you can't get through their head. Look, when somebody is dying from blood loss or from leukemia, they're not going to eat the blood. It's to replenish the blood supply, and it's just, you hit this error message in their head, and they just the same thing with the shunning, the dissociation. It just hits this wall, like they can't process any more information. They can't process they can't explain that, you know, it's not biblical. They keep going back to the lifestyle, and you know, it's silly, and it gets frustrating. So it takes a lot of patience to talk to these people, and as evidenced in my video, I lost my patience. But regardless, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. So one more thing, I hope you like my shirt. I actually donated blood for my very first time, and if you can, please donate. You're helping save lives.